Hello and welcome. We are already in our pro draft. My name is Natural, and we are already quite far into this draft. As you can see, we have all the bans for phase one from both UBCO Gold and DMCI Maroons. So for now, all of the bans you can see are pretty much all target bans. Garen and Camille are, of course, for Lightning Elf, who is the top laner for DMCI Maroons. And from UBCO Gold, we see the first pick, Xin Zhao, and it looks like the answer is going to be the Olaf from DMCI.
Yeah, those are some very strong jungle picks to start off. Xin Zhao, very, very strong jungler, first pick jungler, and Olaf's actually quite a good counter to Xin Zhao. Olaf likes to fight real close, and Xin Zhao likes to dive in on weaker mages and AD carries and such.
True. That is very true. We haven't seen that much of Olaf recently. I mean, basically since the Gore Drinker nerfs, really, Olaf has kind of fallen off the map, besides in some very few specific cases. But it looks like it will be the Olaf that's going to be picked, as well as the Vayne. Vayne, of course, that lovely, lovely high skill ceiling champion that we all love to see. Very exciting pick here. Now, the thing that you do want to be careful of when you pick a Vayne is that there are some options for you to counterpick, and Caitlyn is one of them.
Great lane counter pick.
Oh, Caitlyn Mori as well. Now that is one filthy double lane there down in the
Yeah,
bot lane.
that's gonna make Vayne's life very, very difficult in the bot lane. Vayne's a scaling ADC, tough to play early game sometimes, especially against two poke champions like Caitlyn and Morgana.
Yep. And there are even some spicy interactions there with Caitlyn. If Caitlyn uses her ace in the hole, her ultimate onto the Vayne, she is revealed for the entire duration of that channel, which essentially renders her RQ useless for like 2 seconds. But that is going to be the Lulu that is going to be locked by DMCI Maroons. Now, Vayne Lulu, of course, this super potential late game combo. So for now, we're seeing a bit of a disparity in between game plans here in between UBCO Gold and Maroons.
For sure, for sure. Vayne Lulu's gonna be playing dodgeball in the bot lane, get hit by a snare, that's almost an automatic death. But they're playing for late game. That's a very hyper scaling combo there.
Yep, absolutely. The MCI Maroons are going to have to show us their laning phase, their potential to give up objectives and CS in order to scale and play for that winning lane. As we see the second phase of bans here come in, we've got Echo, Katarina. So a lot of high volatility champions basically being banned from both sides, actually.
Yeah, I like the bans from both teams. A lot of assassins being banned. They don't want to deal with any one-shot potential. Irelia, Akali, and Katarina, even Lee Sin, capable of one-shotting you from a screen away. These are some good bans coming from both teams. And here comes a Yone ban as well.
Really banning all of the frustrating champions to play against here.
Absolutely.
You might as well finish off with the Evelyn, honestly. As the Yone will be banned as the last ban. Both brothers off the table.
For sure.
And yeah, we'll have to see what DMCI Maroon here is going to finish off. Are there any picks that you would like to see round up these compositions?
I feel like DMCI has enough scaling already with Vayne Lulu, and even Olaf with Lulu is a scaling pick. So I'd like to see some champions selected for early game. Here, an Annie would be a great pick. Something to control the mid game so they don't lose every single dragon.
Yep, I like it as well. I like the Annie pick. Annie also fairly easy to play, and comfort and ease to play is definitely something to consider in every composition. As we do have a bit of a visual bug there. I'm not sure who it could be that is banned, but we're just gonna go ahead and assume that it's some champion that is not gonna be picked.
It could be Akshan, as
Yeah,
maybe it
that's what I was
doesn't
thinking
have
as well.
the picture for that yet. But again, I'm just guessing here. The Mordekaiser picked up.
Okay, very interesting. Mordekaiser is not a champion that we've seen a lot of. Mordekaiser has kind of fell off the face of League of Legends meta since like what 2019, something like that.
Yeah, it actually just recently got buffed. The E cooldown got reduced. I thought it was a pretty small buff myself, but looks like they're gonna pick it up, and it's a blind pick, so ready to get countered here.
Yeah, and one thing that I do want to say is that this still might be an Olaf top lane, and Olaf top lane, if you press 6, Mordekaiser can't ult you. That does not work. As we see the Xerath as the final pick. So here from UBCO Gold, we have a early game poke composition, I would say. That's kind of how I would categorize it as. And from DMCI, the set is going to be the last pick, so almost certainly set top lane and Olaf jungle, and more of a scaling composition on their side.
Yeah, I completely agree. UBC looks like they have what they're going for, early game lane domination. and have Xin Zhao just run around freely when every lane is winning, while DMCI looks like they're looking to scale a little bit and fight for these mid-game dragons.
Yeah. The one interesting lane I would talk about is definitely going to be that Mordekaiser versus Set, because quite honestly, I feel like that lane could go either way. I feel like Set is most likely winning, but I'm not too sure. I'm not super well versed in top lane matchups, so I guess we'll have to see how that works out.
I'm a huge believer in Set. I think super broken champion. Mordekaiser's going to have a tough time, but a well-played Mordekaiser, if you hit enough Qs, you can beat anybody in lane. So it's going to be an exciting matchup to watch for sure.
That's very true. We'll have to see how that top lane coin flip goes. In the meantime, we will go over to a very short break before we get into our actual game. And in the meantime, be right back. Grab some snacks. We're ready to go soon.
Yes, sir.
And welcome back to our first game of the preseason League of Legends tourney here at Manitoba Esports. We have UBC Okanagan versus DMCI Maroons here battling it out in our first game. Just before we get into it, a shout out to our sponsors Jack.org, Powerland, Red Bull, No Frills, Brooklyn Bodega, and C'est La Bean.
Awesome. Let's get into this match.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have maybe a level 1 invade here from UBCO, fancying themselves a level 1.
Yeah,
now,
this is a common invade path going through the bot lane bush here.
Yep, let's see
Probably
if
going to enter the blue buff.
See if they find a Vayne here. Watch out for that flash binding. Could come out.
They get the ward, get some vision in the bot lane river. So far, so good.
Yep. Doesn't look like either team are going to fully commit to it. And that 5 point will have saved their blue buff, as now both teams just kind of walking it out.
Yeah, it looks like the lane matchups are going to be all pretty regular. In terms of summoner spells, we have TP for Annie the mid lane, so we got to watch out for that. Versus Xerath going for the more defensive barrier.
Yeah, pretty common summoner there for sure for Xerath, especially when you have when you're playing against an Olaf.
For sure,
definitely gonna want that extra shielding just in case he manages to get on top of you.
A small point for the bot lane is Lulu went exhaust instead of ignite versus Morgana's ignite. Watch to see Caitlyn and Morgana definitely play super aggressive in this lane.
Okay, that's definitely one you want to do. Caitlyn Morgan is just one of those classic Caitlyn lanes that has been around since pretty much Caitlyn was created. It's you push the wave, you get them under the turret where they have very little space to play, and you hit a binding. Here comes the binding, but as well, level 2 gank coming in from the Xin Zhao, and now this Vayne is in danger. The heal is going to be used as well as the ignite. The flash forward from the Xin Zhao. Will the damage be enough? Yes, the Q hits. That is going to be first blood going over to the Caitlyn. UBCO taking the first kill.
Great level 2 cheese gank by the Xin Zhao, going straight from red, no camps, just straight down to bot lane. Great binding by Morgana to set it all up. Amazing first blood by UBC Okanagan.
Yeah, very good play there, taking the initiative. Vayne, unfortunately, using her flash a bit too late there and getting hit by that extra Caitlyn Q. Definitely going to hurt, as now this wave is going to be pushed as fast as possible to try and get a recall off. But luckily for Vayne, with those pity home guards from dying first, I'm going to be able to manage to get most of that as, okay, here we go. A little bit of an exchange in the mid lane, but most likely nothing going to come out of it. I doubt either of these mages have the kill potential for now.
For sure. Lots of trading in all three lanes going on. I am worried about DMCI's bot lane now. Once Caitlyn Morgana gets that first kill, it's very, very difficult to come back. It's just an oppressive lane. The range that they're outrange for both support and ADC, and it's going to be tough to come back for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kate, as we were talking about, right, Caitlyn Morgana just want to bully their way into that mid game, take as much turrets as possible. But here in the top lane, we have more fighting going on. Both shields coming through from both top laners, going to protect them for now. But both junglers are here as well. And they're both really healthy.
This is going to be a fight in the top lane. It's 2v2 here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to go for this 2v2 as the Mordekaiser flashes out. And the E is going to be used to push the Olaf away, as both mid laners also fancying themselves a trade. But Annie is getting the better of this one. And don't forget, no ignite, so there isn't that much kill pressure. But again, the stun comes through. There's no mana on either side. The E is going to come out as the last spell of this endurance. But, oh, the flash Q, not going to connect as a flash from a reaction. Oh. The final auto attack takes the kill. But the Olaf is there to take the exchange 1-for-1.
What a fight. That was the barrier difference. the combat summoner spell. But now here's the TP advantage, and you get to teleport back into lane to collect the CS, while Xerath has to walk there.
Very true. One thing that I would have liked though is I think maybe the Olaf could have shoved the lane, and instead Annie could keep her teleport in case of a bot lane fight. But regardless, in this way, Annie is definitely going to be very happy, getting that extra CS. As we see Xin Zhao taking his blue buff and going to finish up his jungle pathing with the wolves and maybe even the raptors.
Yeah, something I noticed here is common in most Olaf jungle games is Olaf has already built himself quite a big CS lead. I think he's 2 or 3 camps ahead of the Xin Zhao. This is typically what happens when you have Olaf jungle. That's the way he works. He will be 2 camps ahead for most of the game.
Okay, and here we have another binding connecting. All the 50 cal is a little late, and so is the Q. The kill isn't going to come through for now. Yeah, the damage isn't enough. The shield from Lulu will protect it. If you have just a slightly faster execution there, I think UBCO gets another kill. Oh, but the Q connects, and there's so much damage. This Vayne has to be careful.
I mean, it's just such an impressive poke lane. Vayne should just go back here, or she's going to try and stay, but this is going to be tough.
Yep, now this is basically dodgeball here to try and connect. One Q, one trap is all it takes to get something, but it looks like they're going to be able to survive for now. The Caitlyn Morgana lane more interested in taking place than anything else, but the trap connects. And that's going to be it for now.
Yeah, this is, we've all been here before. You get behind against Caitlyn Morgana, and it's just not much you can do. But here comes Olaf.
Yep. There's no ward in the bush, so that means that they have no clue that this is going on. The 50 cal net is already used, and so is the Black Shield, but now it's going to be a 3v3. And again, both teams are just... Yeah, Xin Zhao here to protect his own ball lane, and it seems like both teams are happy to walk it out.
Yeah, nothing really happened there. Some great defensive play by the Xin Zhao, seeing the Olaf come by. And really a lot of focus on this bot lane right now.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, we know just how fast this lane can snowball either way, to be honest. So understandable that both junglers are paying a visit here. As
some good stuff coming from DMCI's bot lane, though. Vayne, I didn't notice, went for a cull in the very beginning, and they're going for the super scaling, and she's only down 3 CS. So other than that first blood, not bad.
It's very true. If you're in a scaling lane, if there wasn't that little bit of a whoopsie of a first blood, you're pretty happy with the game state right now. Though she's definitely going to be a little further behind when it comes to mythic activation. But that's okay, because you're okay with giving up your mid game.
Yeah, that's an interesting buy, the Dorn Shield on Vayne.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I would have probably went Dorn Shield first instead of the Cull. I think in this lane, you're definitely just trying to absorb as much pressure as possible. Yeah, here in this top lane, as much as we were hyping it up as a coin flip, for now, not that much action. Just a lot of trading going on using the cooldowns, but no lives exchanged for now.
For sure. A lot of trading, but these guys are 2 pretty beefy tanks. It's going to be tough for either of them to kill one of each other without Ignite. Look to see some even CSing and to continue trading up here. Looks like Xerath went back and Annie's taking control of the mid lane.
Yep. We're going to have our eyes focused on that first Drake, of course. As that's another trap that connects. We're waiting for that 50 caliber net, but it may have already been used. And yeah, just some auto attacks going down back and forth.
Something I'd like to mention is, here, as Xin Zhao looks like he's going to clear the Dragon Ward pit. I'd like to see UBCO Okanagan go for this dragon while they have this huge advantage bot lane.
Yeah, but here comes the showstopper as well as the Death Realm in top lane. Maybe we're talking about them a little too passive. But the bot lane as well.
Bot lane as well.
We have a fight on both sides of the rift here. Oh, and that is a lot of damage coming through at the same time. Vayne goes down, unfortunately, in the top lane. No one dies for now. And that is, again, the Caitlyn Morg lane that we were talking about getting even further ahead. And this is going to enable UBCO to take this first dragon.
Just pure domination. Set survived with about a sliver of HP in the top lane while the bot lane gets a kill as well. Looks like UBCO Okanagan is looking to take the early lead here with a 1k gold advantage.
Yep. That is definitely going to be a gold lead. Is it going to be enough to surpass this very big scaling composition on the side of DMCI of the Lulu Vayne, of course? That we will have to see. As I think one thing that I would like DMCI to do is definitely try to protect their bot lane as much as possible and try to keep that going. But here in the mid lane, we have this unfortunate Xerath He still has his flash, but it's not going to be useful enough as he goes down to the Olaf.
That's the classic Annie play. Flash ult, and it's a kill. If your jungler's there, not much you can do if you're Xerath in the situation. Not even enough time to flash or use barrier.
Yep. That's I think he knew he was dead.
Yeah, for sure.
Not much point in going for the desperation flash barrier there. But yeah, this is just how Annie Olaf plays. They just like to flash on top of you and then run you down. And finally, DMCI taking a bit of the reins here, taking the first step forward into scaling this game away.
That's going to be a big play for them in the mid game going on. Annie flash ult is always a play, especially against a team like UBCO, which is full of poke champions. They don't like getting flashed and stunned, especially when you have Olaf and Set chasing you down as well.
Absolutely, that is kind of their play before that Vayne really gets online.
Sure.
As we're on the top lane again, we have a brawl that have been pretty much brawling all game now.
Been pretty even in the top lane, which enables Olaf to be able to quickly go for this Rift Herald, while Xin Zhao is stuck on the bot side of his map, clearing his jungle.
Yep, I believe DMCI got some vision there from the Tribush. I think they saw him there, that's why they were going for it. As yeah, that Annie play always available for them. I mean, one thing that we have to be considerate of is, of course, that play depends on Annie Flash, and Annie Flash is on a cooldown. And there's also a Morgana there, which can help somewhat.
For sure.
If the Flash is, if the shield is strong enough, sorry. As yeah, here in the bot lane, you see the plan of the Caitlyn Morgana lane: get them under your turret, and put some traps down and start poking away. And here we go, the 50 caliber net with the Q. It's not going to be enough quite yet, but the ultimate is available, taking a lot of damage. This Vayne is already going down, and now the snipe is enough, and that is a double kill coming in from UBCO.
This is Caitlyn Morgana. They're going to get all 5 plates, both kills. This is just pure domination in the bot lane. I'm curious to see where Olaf is going to use his Rift Herald now as a counterplay, as we have Xin Zhao on the top lane as well. This is just they're gonna take the whole tower as well.
Yep, this is classic Caitlyn Morgana, people. It doesn't get more classic League of Legends than this, as they take the entire turret and another wave. Cause why not? As we see the Xin Zhao here coming in the mid lane, but again, it's a 2v2. Got to be careful. The Crescent Guard is already used. There's not enough damage to finish off this Annie. And Yatlez, the Olaf, going to take another kill. That teleport was canceled, and now this Xerath, he still has his flash, remember. Ooh, the Tibbers misses.
Tibbers just goes just wide, and here comes Xerath.
Okay, happy feet.
One more. Oh.
Extremely good movement there from the Annie, as well as the shields from Lulu, speeding her up. Oh my god, you're playing with fire.
Look at the moves.
Look at the move. Oh, the flash Q, the comment, the Scorch. It's enough. Xerath finally takes the kill, as the Death Realm is used in the top lane, as well as the W from the set, but the mathematically correct will take the kill in the top lane.
Just incredible plays everywhere. Annie dodged every single ability except for the last one with the Comet. Playing with fire, exactly like you said. This is going to be an exciting game.
Yeah. And in character too. Annie definitely likes to play with fire, that's for sure. Now that I explained the pun, it's a lot less interesting. Anyways, the Gale Force forward from the Caitlyn, the Q and the 50 caliber snipe, but yeah, the W is still there. Now you've put yourself in a very dangerous position. Goodbye. That's a shutdown for the Annie.
Yeah, very bold play by the Caitlyn to go for that set. Turns out the W was still up and kind of baited herself there. Unfortunate, but it looks like, yeah, the Caitlyn Morgana, now that they've taken the bot lane turret, they're going to try and move around to the mid and top lane and use their advantages there. Morgana does have the Zhonya's now, so look for a big play coming from her as well.
Yep, I mean, exactly as they should. That's the game plan, right? When you're playing Kate Morg, you get ahead and you swap to other lanes and you start taking down turrets. The turrets are your objective in this game, but that play was just a little too much, as here this Olaf is all by himself on this blue buff, but he's going to use the Ragnarok, and he might just be able to run away. The Soul Shackle is not going to connect because of the Ragnarok. So nothing coming out from there, and just an exchange of ultimates for now. Annie going to face check this bush, but there's a Mordekaiser in there. The Obliterate going to connect, but that's about it, as both teams now trying to posture around this dragon.
For sure, it almost looked like the DMCI was going to turn around there using Vayne ultimate, but it looks like they decided to back off, and this dragon is going to go over to UBCO Okanagan for the second dragon of the game.
I like it. I like the decision making. It's clear cut. They know that they can't really take this fight anymore, with the Ragnarok being down and the Olaf being chunked out, so they just decide to give it away.
for
I
sure.
like it. Not much point in really accelerating the enemy team when you're already scaling and not that far behind, so you'll be totally fine giving that up.
Yeah, and the trade-off they get is Set being alone in that top lane for a few minutes, because Mordekaiser did roam downwards. So they get some gold in that case too. Look at this
Oh,
poke by Caitlyn.
yeah, that's a good combo that you see here, and the ultimate is going to be blocked. As again, okay, the Xerath ultimate comes through. Do they have the movement? Annie, yep, she has the movement. It's enough to get out alive. Double sniped and still not down. So now this wave crashes out, but again, nothing much going on for UBCO.
This poke is just crazy. They're gonna have to dodge these abilities all game. It can be very frustrating. Let's see if they can not get tilted by all this poke and hopefully come through with the win here. I think Annie's gonna go back. I think for the game plan for UBC Okanagan, it looks like they're going to stack these dragons, keep pushing this advantage, get the mid tower down, start roaming through the jungle, and see what they can do with that.
Yep. And this is an Ocean Soul. So it's definitely one of the more powerful Drakes, especially if you have a poke composition.
For
Maybe not
sure.
as powerful as oh my god, the damage is just absolutely insane there. You just cannot face check this Caitlyn anymore. The damage is too much as the 50 cal net just guarantees that massive damage.
For sure. It's very difficult for Vayne to get in range to even auto attack against these champions. Until, of course, it becomes late game where Lulu can give her that movement speed and shield. However, looks like yeah, UBC Okanagan is on pace in terms of dragons. It's coming up in about 3 minutes. That's gonna be where we see our next fight.
Yep, absolutely. But when it comes to the gold, you know, it's not that far apart. The gold lead really didn't balloon that much from the early game. It's still about 1k gold ahead, and when you have the scaling composition, you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, and their 5v5 is not bad. Annie Flash Tibbers with Set going in with his ultimate as well, and then Olaf running through. This is gonna be a close fight. If UBC Okanagan can kite it out and keep their range advantage, they can win it out. But if they let DMCI anywhere close, it's gonna be tough.
Absolutely. So we now have just some farming, a bit of a mellow. That's not a word. Uh, a bit of a lull there. That's the word that I was looking for in the action, as both teams now not really having that many objectives on the map. Gonna have their team just farm it out for now. As okay, Caitlyn Morg pushing up pretty far in this mid lane.
Yep, everybody looking for their item power spikes. Yeah, lull state, a little bit of a lull state here as I mean, this Caitlyn Morgana, they're just a pillar in the mid lane. You can't move them. They're going to stay right there, keep pushing in waves, putting on pressure. Not much you can do while you farm.
Pretty much right now you're just trying to catch some waves. As Caitlyn Morgana looking pretty scary right now still. As okay, again they're pushing up very aggressively in this mid
Yeah,
lane.
here comes Set and Olaf flanking though.
Yep. Okay, that's a lot of damage onto Lulu, but
Wow, this is very aggressive.
okay. Not too sure what to say about that one, as that's going to be the Caitlyn being taken down, and now there's Morg with nowhere to run. It's going to be taken down. Yeah, you can just stay right there while you give away your shutdown to Vayne. So that's not exactly what we wanted to see from UBCO, unfortunately, going a little too deep there into this mid lane.
Yeah, Vayne getting 2 kills now is going to be really scary for UVC Okanagan. That's not what you want to see. That's 2 shutdowns in the Vayne. She still hasn't completed her cull yet, so she has a lot of gold waiting in the bank. That's going to be one scary
Okay.
Vayne if they give her any kills.
And up in this top lane, we have that 1v2, and unfortunately, Mordekaiser wants to make it a 1v1, but he can't. He ults the wrong person. Olaf just Ragnarok's
no.
right out of there. And unfortunately, this is looking like DMCI taking the upper hand now.
Yeah, getting kills all around the map, and here comes in Zhao in the mid
Okay,
lane.
but you gotta watch out up in the mid lane. The 3 talent strike connects with the Xerath ultimate, and that's gonna be a kill traded for UBCO, as I say that.
Just non-stop action in this game so far. Kills everywhere across the map as the dragon's about to come up as well.
Yep. So with that dragon coming up and that death timer being a lot longer for this Annie, no flash, no Tibbers, I am going to have to take the assumption that UBCO is going to be able to take down this Drake, but we're not sure yet. Xerath and Mordecai are still in this base.
If Caitlyn just traps that entrance exactly, just like that, they're not going to be able to get in. Olaf should still be down. This should be a free dragon for UBC Okanagan.
Yep, they decided to give it away. And that's going to be the soul point for UBCO of this Ocean Soul. And now ladies and gents and other people, in 5 minutes is going to be the deciding factor of this game 100%.
Yeah, UBC Okanagan showing very impressive objective control. Caitlyn traps, Morgana bindings. It's very difficult to get in through that choke point there.
Yep.
Don't forget about the Xerath poke coming out as well. Very difficult. I'm
Yep.
starting to see. I was a little bit skeptical about UBC Okanagan's team composition in the very beginning, but I'm kind of starting to see a theme here. They have these three very strong poke champions, and if you try and dive on top of them, Mordekaiser ults whoever that is. Now, Olaf is going to be tough, but keeping set off the carries, it could work as you see a fight in the mid lane.
Again, the same thing going on with UBCO, going in very deep, and unfortunately, this Morgana is going to pay the price for it. That's another kill going over to DMCI. UBCO has to stop overextending in this mid lane, or they might just throw away their early game lead.
Yeah, some lessons for the viewers here. If you're pushing up that front of the mid lane, you have to have vision around you. If you're going to get flanked like that, it's going to be very difficult to survive, as we see another fight in the top lane as well.
Hey, here goes the Death Realm, and so does the Showstopper. The Haymaker does good damage, and again, the Mord Q is going to be barely escaped from, as another kill goes over to this already very fed Olaf. But here comes Xerath, just clearing the way for now. Both teams now posturing around this Baron. The DMCI have the numbers advantage, and they know it. The Flash still available. Here comes the Showstopper. And that's going to be a very good W there. But, oh, the damage is enough from the Caitlyn as well. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade for now. The binding hits, but there's no follow-up. So it's just going to be a 1-for-1, and people are going to walk out.
This Olaf is a monster. There's nothing stopping him now. Vayne's also picking up a few more kills. She's about to be 2 items. This is going to be tough for UBC Okanagan to win these fights now. They have to play very smart.
And now we're in the opposite position where DMCI have the control over the objective. Okay, that's definitely a binding that you're going to be happy to hit. Here comes the Xerath ultimate, and Happy Feet not good enough. As another kill comes over for the Xerath. The Vayne trying to run away. The Condemn is going to be used and flashed away from the Claw. Now with that pick and with that flash, will they try to make something out of it? Pinkford in the Baron pit.
Counterplay by UBC Okanagan. Right after they just lost 2 members, they go right back and pick off the Annie, and now they're going for the Baron.
Yep. With that pick, it looks like they're just going to be able to take this one. DMCI is still so far away. But I will note, though, that the Baron entrance hasn't been completely trapped off yet. And here comes the collapse.
They're doing it quite slow.
Flash inside, but unfortunately the smite isn't good enough. The Ragnarok has popped, and unfortunately, this Olaf is going to go to Valhalla, but without a Baron. And UBCO definitely going to be very happy with that one.
So close. So close. It was an ambitious play. He went for it, but it was just a little tad too late. And now UBC Okanagan walks off with the Baron and a little bit of a gold lead here as they look to push out all the lanes.
I'm not sure what happened with that Baron. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think it looks like both junglers still have their smite up. So it looks like it might have just been a smiteless like just damage burst from both teams, and it just coin flipped on the side of UBCO. But regardless, UBCO will be taking this Baron, and now with this disadvantage and the Drake spawning in 130, they have DMCI has to be very careful. They're like 1-2 team fights away from giving away the entire game.
For sure, and this is becoming a very, very competitive game now. The score is 10-11. Gold leads only 3,000 gold for UBC Okanagan. This next dragon in a minute, this is going to be the deciding factor, like you said. The Scuttle Crab is very important to get vision around the dragon as well. Some big item power spikes as well for both teams coming out. Morgana now has her Mandate and Zhonya's. Caitlyn has 2.5 items. Xerath's picked up his Zhonya's as well. It's going to be an explosive fight.
Yeah. And the item advantage is definitely on the side of UBCO with that extra gold, especially in that bot lane and in that mid lane. What I want to see right now from UBCO, I want them to see them set up early, and that's what they're going to do. They're going in on the Lulu. The Crescent Guard already used. The 3-talent strike as well as the wind becomes lightning. Is the damage enough? Yes, the snipe comes through, and Satan going to take that kill. As on the bottom left side of your screen, you see this Olaf. He's trying to get so hard on top of that bot lane, but does he have the damage? The last axe doesn't connect, and the Xerath ultimate comes through to kill that Olaf, and now DMCI, they're 2 players down against only 1 player down, UBCO, and they don't have their ultimates anymore. This is just a Drake that you're going to have to give up. This soul, unfortunately...
They're going to keep going.
They're gonna try. They're gonna try to keep going. The claw, and it goes over through the wall. The haymaker tanks some damage, but it's not enough. Meanwhile, the Mordekaiser take the Vayne to the dungeon. The kiting is good. The claw is dodged from, and yes, that's going to be a kill from the Vayne. Trying to get one back. Will you get two? There's no flash available. She's stunned, and she's gonna have to use that stopwatch. Both stopwatches used. Oh, the dodge, the tumble away. Very good there from the Vayne, managing to survive. The health bar is so low on both teams. Vayne now getting this blue buff, trying to regen some hit points before this dragon. Will they be in time to actually try to contest it? That's my question. Going down 3k, 2k, 1k, and that's going to be the soul.
What a crazy fight. And as you see the replay here, I was surprised that UBC Okanagan didn't just turn for the dragon. They went for more, but it worked out in the end. Vayne was making some big plays. Caitlyn was dodging out on Annie. What a fight.
Yeah, very, very close fight there. Impossibly close, to be honest. This is one thing could have gone the other way, and that Vayne gets a pentakill.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd like to mention that Ocean Soul is a very, very strong Dragon Soul, but not as strong as a late game Vayne. So this game still could go either way. DMCI has plenty of opportunities to come back. A flash, and he's stunned with a fed Vayne. Anything can happen. Ocean Soul is very strong for a poke comp though.
Yes, that is very true. The poke compositions love getting that extra time to poke, and even if they get engaged on, if they kite it out properly, they can use that. But honestly, it's not as good as a Mountain Soul. If you have a poke comp and a Mountain Soul, the game's pretty much over. You just can't, because you can't be one-shot, and that's really the only condition to winning against a poke comp.
For sure.
So yeah, they're going to be... It's definitely an acceptable Cloud Soul, not the best, but they're going to make do with it. Yeah. And now, with this Cloud Soul in hand... Okay, we see in the bottom lane here another... Kerfuffle here, the Annie being chased down by the Talon. No, excuse me, that's not a Talon, that's a Xin Zhao. And he uses the ultimate, and he's all by himself. 1v3, the Gore Drinker popped as well as the Sterak, but he doesn't have the damage, and that's another kill going to the Vayne.
My question is, why is he there when his whole team is top side, but he went for the 1v1 play, almost got the Annie. Annie survives with a sliver HP, but here comes UBC Okanagan pushing top lane. It must be nice being Xerath with unlimited mana due to this Ocean Soul.
You're very happy with that,
just
for sure.
Abilities.
Unlimited abilities, unlimited Qs, unlimited arcane energy here. But here comes the showstopper. The Facebreaker connects onto
huge
two.
Stun.
And the Haymaker is absolutely huge. Here comes the damage. Already in the backline, the flash. That's a double kill already. Oh my lord. Set taking down a triple kill. And the only one remaining is that Mordekaiser in that dungeon, but he's going to come out real quick. And that's the ace for DMCI. Huge play from the Set.
Wow, Set just survived for so long. Went in 1v4, stunned all four of them. Look at the stun. Beautiful.
What a disgusting haymaker.
Damn.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you build Gore Drinker on Set. It is mathematically correct. This is what happens in your ranked games if you build that. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, very good play there from the Set. Absolutely nuts play there to bring DMCI back from the... I wouldn't say brink. I wouldn't exactly call it brink, but definitely pushing them upwards.
Yeah, just as we thought, UBC Okanagan had taken over the game. They get the Baron, they get the Dragon Soul, and just like that, it's a 1-for-4 ace as Xin Zhao blows his ultimate again. Oh, and he goes back in.
Yeah, Crescent Guard being used already there. The Xerath ultimate as well. But DMCI is already out of there. With that Lulu speed up, they're just, hell no, I'm out of there. And not going to get tagged by enough of those Xerath ultimates to really mean anything. Now, the Baron is up the Elder in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, everything is important. A catch could mean the game. It's all on the edge of a knife here. Both teams trying to figure out what exactly their game plan is going to be in these last minutes of game.
I don't know about you, Natural, but I have no idea who's winning this game right now. It is too close. The last two, as soon as I thought one team was way ahead, UBC, they just blow a huge team fight in the top lane. This next fight's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be flash. Everyone has all their summoners up except for heal on the Caitlyn. It looks like, so it's gonna be an explosive fight for sure. And here's the go. Bush
camp. Gonna face check it, and again the stuns from UBCO are very good, but this is a super tanky Set, and the Showmaker does so much damage. He's just okay. He finally dies, and that's gonna be a kill for DMCI. A good start. The Talon going in. No, that's not a talent.
Vayne?
That's like Zen again. But the Vayne, oh, that's so much damage from the Caitlyn. Gonna take a headshot to the face. And now UBCO, they almost complete the full ace with that bush. Oh, the death trap might have just worked as UBCO take the Baron.
Just playing around vision, and Set looked like he was going to turn around this fight too until he got popped by the Morgana binding. Vayne also flashing into the bush. It was, this Caitlyn's just too strong right now.
Yeah, as soon as Vayne was in the vision of this Caitlyn, just immediately popped two, I think it was like two headshots back to back. Absolutely disgusting there from the Caitlyn. Now with 3 items. This is a power spike that you are really looking for as a Caitlyn. When you finally have that IE completed, your headshots do absolutely absurd amounts of damage. Sure, this poor little Lulu is just by herself going to be
Oh mana running away.
So sad. The double snipe coming in just for this poor little Lulu that's now going to be absent or at least late to the setup of this Elder Dragon.
Yeah, that's hard to watch. No mana, just running through the jungle, getting sniped from all different directions. Damn. They're gonna DMCI is gonna have to try and turn around this Elder Dragon, because if Ocean Soul wasn't enough, if you add Elder Dragon on top of that, that's just gonna be game over.
Ocean Soul, Baron, Elder Dragon, how many buffs does it take for UBCO to close out this game? We're about to find out as they finally walk in for one last dragon here. Most likely, maybe not, who knows. As, yeah, all precautions being taken here. Caitlyn on 4 items, Vayne on 2.5, Xerath on 2.5 items, Annie as well. The item disparity is absolutely nuts from the side of UBCO, but there's one joker, and that is the set. As the Olaf here, he's being caught out, but the Ragnarok will be used early, and that's a very important cooldown. Remember, this Olaf is already so low. And now, can they actually even come and contest this Elder Dragon is my question. The set is in the top lane. The Olaf is chunked and there's no ultimate. It's just going to be an Elder Dragon given over to UBCO.
Yeah, and just as we thought, just as we were talking about Caitlyn reaching her power spike with that,
No, here comes the ultimate, the damage. And yeah, the Elder Dragon is going to be enough to take this poor Lulu. That's just one ultimate. Flash all you want, it's not going to matter. The Mordekaiser will take your soul with a demolish. Caitlyn here up in this top lane trying to fend off this set. Again, that's a very powerful set, but he doesn't have flash, and the damage is absolutely disgusting. That headshot did like 50% of his hit points.
The rapid fire cannon, she's one-shotting you from 750 range. There's nothing you can do. It's just, this is going to be game over for DMCI. UBC Okanagan played their poke comp to perfection with gathering all 3 main objectives in the end game here. It looks like they're going to push for the Nexus.
Absolutely. I wouldn't say perfection, but it was definitely well played, as here they were going to take the first Nexus turret. They're right on their way to the second. DMCI, do they have the power to stop this? I'm not sure they do. The Condemn is going to be used to try to gain some space. And that's going to be 1 kill going over to UBCO. The damage is absolutely insane. Vayne popping the final hour, but it's not going to be enough. The Caitlyn ultimate is used. Is there enough damage? And yes, there is a final kill going over to this Caitlyn as UBCO take the first game of this tournament.